Good evening. Okay, tonight we're gonna talk about sleeping and dreaming. People has a lot of doubts about it because we have a lot of doubts and curiosities about the sleeping and dreaming, what happened while we are sleeping, a lot more than we think. So let's see. Okay. There are many ways for the spirit to enjoy the partial emancipation, related to the body. Emancipation. Okay, so take a look at the picture. Okay, we need the sleeping to rest. Our body needs the sleeping to rest, to balance, to recover for a day of work, okay? But that's the physical body. When we, as spiritual, when we sleep, we have the emancipation of our spirit. Like the picture that you see. You can see that there is a cord, okay, that keep us connected to our body, and our perispirit can emancipate. Yes? Okay, so all of these happen because of the spiritual deployment. So to have this emancipation, you don't need to be in a deep sleeping. No. As you lose your conscience, you can go to the emancipation. Everybody does every night. Everybody. Okay? So, the sleeping, like I said, it's a physiological phenomenon where your body is at rest for physical restoration. It's very important to us, the sleeping. During the sleeping, there is an active life suspension, where there is the possibility of the fluidics ties that keeps the soul tied to the matter loosening. So it loosens a little bit and we go emancipated from our body to the spiritual world. Most of us stay around the earth with the inferiors, and just 1/3 goes to the evolved places. There is a book where André Luiz says that 75% of people, while sleeping, go to inferior places with people that has some similarities of thoughts and desires. Because sometimes we think, oh, as soon as I sleep, I'll go to an evolved place, I will study, I will learn. That doesn't happen for most of us on earth. So, what happened? We can recover our spiritual faculties while we are emancipated. We can recognize ourselves as immortals and see clearly the purpose of our actual existence. So we can have some talk with some friends in the spiritual world, so they remember us, our goals, remember us, what we are doing, what we should be doing, if we are on the right path or not. So it's very good to have some directions in our lives. That's why it's so important during the prayer. If you have a problem, if you have doubts, please ask during your prayers for assistance. And you're going to get this assistance while you are emancipated from your body during your sleeping. Sometimes we can remember the past or even past lives during our sleeping, glimpsing or deduct events that are about to happen. Of course, that depends on how evolved we are. It depends of if it's important for us to know or not. It all depends on the situation. But I'm pretty sure that everybody heard once in a while a person that had a dream and that dream came true, so he had like a premonition in the dream. Is that it's common, these things happening. But like I said, it depends on the situation and it depends on the person. Sleeping and death. The sleeping looks a little like the death. But in the death, the disconnection is total, while in the sleeping is partial. So the spirits are never inactive during the sleeping. So don't think that you are just sleeping and you are not emancipated from your body. Everybody does that during the sleeping. We are always active while we are sleeping. And that's interesting because you might ask, but if I am far away from my body and someone wake me up, you come back instantly. Instantly? Yeah, instantly. When it's very quick, so don't worry. It's not going to happen, someone trying to wake you up, you are not going to wake up because you're far away. No, instantly you wake up. So, like I said, the spirits are never inactive during the sleeping. Never. But the inferiors stay close to the earth together with the spirits that have the same feelings. Yeah? Some people stay with the ones that share the same desires, the same feelings, and they make schemes together, bad plans together, and all those things together. The evolved ones go to elevated places where they study and work. We don't visit only discarnate people. We can visit incarnate people too. So sometimes we might be here sleeping, but then I go to Brazil and I visit my family and they are over there. Of course, emancipated from their bodies too, and we talk and we get together because we have the same feelings, we have the same connection, and it's very common. It's very common to say, oh, I had a dream about you. Oh, yes, I dreamed about you too, because you were somehow together during this process of sleeping. The dream. So many people like to interpret the dream. They think that everything they dream, there is a reason, there is an answer, there is a sign of something. So let's remember, there are dreams that are physic process and others are spiritist dreams. We need to separate, okay? Because in the first case, portrays organic conditions. So it depends on your health. It depends on how is your stomach, or you had some dreams, if it's hot, if it's cold, if it's a noisy place where you are sleeping. It depends on many things. All these things can affect your dreams. Who never dreamed that was in the bathroom and then you woke up and you had to go really fast because it's an organic and you start dreaming? Or someone is snoring on your side and you dream with that noise and you dream. This happens a lot to me. I dream and then I woke up and that noise again, but then I see what is the noise. So it comes in your dream. And all kind of situations, it can interfere on your dream. And that we can say that is the physic process, the organic process. Or sometimes our mental creations. Sometimes you watch a horror movie and you sleep with the character from the movie, or sometimes you're passing through a very challenging situation in your life, many problems, and then you dream with situations that brings all these feelings in you, or you're being chased by a lion or something, but it symbolizes something that you are, how can I say, experiencing, going through in your life. So that happens a lot too. But the spirit's dream is the result of an experience of the spirit in the spiritual world while the body was resting. It happens a lot too. It can happen that we had a spiritual dream, but at the same time we had some organic condition, and this can be mixed up, and then the dream doesn't make any sense. It happens because it gets mixed up. Or sometimes we have a dream so perfect with a start, a middle, an ending, and it's all connected. I would say that this dream you must pay more attention, because this might be a spirit's dream. What happened? Most of the time we don't remember, because while we are disconnected from our body and we are living all those experiences in the spiritual world, we are not thinking with our matter, our body brain, our physical brain. We are thinking and experience with our spiritual brain. So all these experiences doesn't stay recorded in our physical brain, so we don't remember. Or sometimes our physical brain is so heavy because we remember. So when we remember, most of the time the good spirits, they act on your body and they make a way of you remember. When it's a message, when it's an important message, an important experience. So in the book, they don't explain exactly what they do. They just say that they do something so you can remember.
Which book is this?
It's just the Initiation to the Spirits from Terezinha de Oliveira. But everything that's in the book is based on the Spiritist book, the Spirit's book, and the Gospel, Genesis, all just in the 5 books. So she doesn't explain what the good spirits do. She just says that they act somehow magnetically, something like this, on your brain so you can remember. Because some messages are important, some experiences are important to you, for you, so you need to remember. Then you remember. And then you remember in a way that it can get confused by just a regular dream, because you remember with details. Details? Yeah, details. You remember, like I said, there is a start, there is a middle, there is an end, there is a whole story. It's very different from just a regular dream that doesn't make any sense. A spiritist dream. So, the importance of sleeping and how to prepare for it is very important. As everything in our lives, the sleeping is very important. So, we usually sleep a lot of time, 8 hours from our 24 hours. 8 hours we used to sleep to restore our body. So, like I said, the organic rest for the body is very important. And dream is very important because it balances you. People that doesn't dream have serious problems with his balance, with his harmony. So it's very important to dream. It's not just for the psychic. Like I said, sometimes you dream that there is nothing to do with spiritual. It's just organic. It's just all your conflicts that you have inside of you that somehow show in your dreams. It's important because somehow you are trying to deal with everything that's inside you. So it's important. It's your brain in the way that your conscience is trying to deal with everything. And sometimes it's spiritual. That's really important too. So it's important to get prepared for our sleeping. First, eating light meals, because if we eat a lot of meat, oh my gosh, you're gonna have a nightmare probably, and that there is nothing to do with the spiritual world. There is nothing to do with your conscience, but it's your stomach having so much work while you are sleeping, and you're gonna have a bad dream probably. So eating light meals, of course, you can't sleep when you're hungry too. So it needs to have a balance. Reading and watching light movies and books, like I said. If you're watching a lot of drama and you go to sleep in these involved in these energies of sadness and all those things, even if you have a spiritual dream, if you go somewhere, I don't know if you are going to an elevated place, because you're all surrounded by this drama. But as the same, if we see a horror movie and then you go to sleep, probably you're gonna dream about what you saw, because it's impressed in your brain the last images that you were seeing. So probably it's gonna be in your dream. So try to read the gospel, all those little books that we have with so beautiful messages, so you get connected. And of course, praying, meditating, and forgiving. Don't go to bed with your heart full of anger. Try to forgive, pray, and like I said, if you have a problem, if you have a situation and you don't know how to deal with the situation, pray, ask for assistance, because it's probably during your sleeping, when you are disconnected somehow from your body, you're going to talk to those that are worried about you, all those spirits that surround us, that help us, the familiar spirits, and our guardian angel. Sometimes we don't hear during the day, but somehow when you are disconnected, you can see, hear, and then you understand. Then you wake up. Sometimes you don't have the idea, you don't remember, but you wake up somehow different, more encouraged for the day, with more hope for the day, because you heard so many good advices during your sleeping. So it's very important. Never forget to pray. Never forget, and teach your children to pray. That's very important. So, dreams interpretation. People is so worried about interpretation, and they buy books about interpretation, and some people, they guide their lives by the interpretations. So the Spiritist does not pay too much attention to the dreams interpretation, because like I said, we never know if it's a physical, organic thing, or if it's a real spiritual dream, if it's a message or just something that our brain is tricking us somehow. So that's why the Spirit say, don't interpret, don't lose your time interpreting, because you might be wrong. You might interpret in a wrong way, and then you're gonna guide your actions by this interpretation. No. So if we had an outstanding dream, for example, we wake up remembering everything, it's so beautiful, it's so nice, it felt so nice. Oh, okay, then let's think about and see if we can find out its meaning. Sometimes it's very clear, the meaning. You were with somebody that you love very much, or somebody that's passing through a very hard moment, and you were there to help. Sometimes it's not a beautiful dream, but it's a dream full of symbols, and you can try to interpret on your way. For example, don't think like this. Oh, I dreamed about a shoe, and when I dream with a shoe, somebody in my family is going to die. No. If you dream that somebody is chasing you, think about why. Why I'm nervous? What's happening in my life right now? What should I learn from this? That's how we should. So the interpretation is for yourself. You have to try to understand, but don't think too much about it, because sometimes it doesn't mean anything. So think if it's a desire, something we need to change, correct in ourselves, or what spiritual lesson we can take from this. Always try to take something good from what you dreamed about. If it's something that is bothering you somehow, if you had a bad dream and you think, oh my God, something bad is going to happen, what should I do? Pray. Pray, ask for protection, ask to be wise, to understand how to deal with the situation. Ask for the protection. Because if you had somehow an advice from God, it's because you deserve this advice, and you should be prepared, and you should try to find all the most protection that you can find during your prayers. Because sometimes we forget to pray, we are so busy with everything, and maybe an advice comes to remember us that we need to protect ourselves, because we are in a jungle. We are in a planet of trials and expiations. We are deep, how can I say, immersed in negativity, in bad energies. And all the good spirits, when they say in their books that when they try to come to earth, even to help or to learn something, it's very hard for them. When they are getting close to earth, they feel so strong, something pulling them, because all the bad energy, and we are immersed in this energy. So it's very important for us to remember to pray. There is a prayer that sometimes I see around here, a piece of paper with a prayer, and Jesus says during this prayer, you need to bless your day, so your day is going to be blessing. You need, with your own words, with your thoughts, with your energy, to bless the day and say that it's going to be a good day. So during the morning is very important, the prayer too, because you're going to be blessing the day. And it's very important to be connected to the good spirits, because we are surrounded by the bad. We are surrounded about the expiations and trials and all these thoughts, all these creations from us, because we are here in the same situation. We are learning. And it's interesting when you think that 2/3 of the people on earth is still passing through those inferior situation to a middle, to become from the, how can I say, barbarian? I don't know in English. Barbarian situation to a better. 2/3 of the people on earth is passing through this yet. Just 1/3 is elevating themselves to a spiritual level. I hope we are in this 1/3. I don't know. I'm not sure if I am there yet. I don't know. So let's try to do all this. And don't get worried or give too much attention to these dreams. Enjoy your sleeping. Don't try to think about the messages, about everything, because you just enjoy your sleeping, pray, and ask God to give you the right guide. If we deserve, sometimes we don't deserve to go to a evolved place to study or learn, because we can learn here, and we are pretentious, thinking that we're going to learn a lot more in the spiritual world. But sometimes we are elected to go there and just take a look and see how things work. So let's pray and let's hope for the best. Okay, that's it.